Sean Hogue,
Joshua.
how we doing?
Oh, just living the dream.
Yeah, well, I popped this up and changed this there because I figured, keep consistency with me on the same side every time. So,
True.
okay. Well, good morning. We're on another caffeinated Q&A. This is our Tuesday edition, and as we mentioned, I think last week, we're going to start doing some themed shows on Tuesday, and then we're going to have guests join us on Friday. So today, we're going to be talking about Facebook, or when do you use Facebook organic posts, unpaid, and when do you use Facebook ads? Okay, so, but first, Sean, what do you got this morning? What are you drinking? Something fun? I like the look on your face. Oh, the Ghost Creative mug. Boom.
Woo!
Let's go.
Yeah, so today we're back with Wegmans because that's what I have right now. It's a peach flavored I never know how to say this word, and I shouldn't have picked this tea this morning because of this, but I didn't think
This is great. Go for it.
The Rooibos, is that how you say it? Tea?
Sure.
It's that like Roobos or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's the tea I have. It's peach flavored. And so yeah.
There you go. Cool.
What about you?
I'm Sean, you know this by now, but I'm boring. I actually made the same kind that we had last week. I think the blonde rose from Starbucks. But I'm working on getting in touch with Jack from Out of the Gray, and I'm going to get some fun coffee for next week. So if anybody has any fun coffee that they like, let us know and we'll get some and try it. Also, let us know what you're drinking in the chat, right? Like, let us know. Are you a tea drinker, coffee drinker? What do you like? We're looking for new things all the time. So, there you go. Look.
Yep. I'm corrected.
Ask and you shall receive, Sean. Getting answers.
So this is why I surround myself with like people who know words because they make me sound smarter, which is a small feat.
Oh, Sean. All right, cool. So guys, don't forget, put your questions in the chat. You can put them in there anytime. We're going to talk for a few minutes about Facebook organic posts versus ads, but feel free to put questions in the chat as they come up, and we'll get to them when we get to the Q&A portion here. So I'm going to ramble a little bit and hopefully add some value and some information around getting started on Facebook and when you use ads and when you don't, because there's a lot of confusion, especially in the small business world, how you use Facebook effectively. So it's a great tool, first of all.
Joshua.
And so, yes.
If people like something that we talk about and want to hear more, where can they go to sign up for more information?
This is Sean's way of telling me that I forgot to do something that we talked about doing 100 times. So if you would like to get the show notes at the end of we'll send an email out on Monday morning that has the recap and links to the previous week's shows and kind of give you a highlights of what's coming up the following week. You can go to ghostcreative.com/live. Thank you, Sean.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you did that.
That's funny. All right. Did I miss anything else? We might as well just handle all of this right now.
No, I don't know that you celebrated me quite enough, but we'll address that later.
Offline.
Offline. Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. So Facebook is a fantastic tool for small businesses, but a lot of small businesses don't actually know how to use it. And so first, I want to talk about kind of social media in general and how all these platforms evolve, because that's going to be important when we get to when and why you use organic posts versus paid. So when every platform starts, what happens is they have a supply and demand issue. So there's a lot of people that are on a platform trying to consume information, but there's not a lot of people creating content. So what that means is if I'm a content creator on a new platform and Sean is just consuming content, when he goes to, let's call it early Facebook, when he goes on early Facebook, there's no content and they don't actually know what Sean likes. So just about anything that I post, everyone is going to see Sean and everyone else that's consuming content because there's a supply and demand issue. There's too many people trying to consume content, not enough people creating content. That's what happens in the early days of every social media platform. And it's happening on TikTok right now.
Yeah.
And that is a perfect time to go in and create content, because everybody sees your content, right? They don't have enough content creators. And so when you're going in and creating content on TikTok, a lot of people will potentially see it. And over time, more people start creating content. And so they don't have to show everyone's stuff to everyone, because there's enough content creators that they can start to filter. And that's what you're seeing in your Facebook feed now. You only see a very small amount of what your friends actually post on Facebook, because Facebook is filtering that information and just showing you what they think you're going to like based on past behavior.
I
Okay,
think, well,
so
I'm gonna interrupt you a little bit here. I think
sure,
people
go ahead.
assume the mentality of the social media platform. So if I'm in charge of Facebook, my goal is to keep you on as a user as long as I possibly can. And I know the way that I'm going to do that is by putting content in front of you that you want to see. And so everyone talks about these like Facebook algorithms or whatever. Those algorithms are specifically designed for putting the content that we think you want to see in front of you, so you stay on the platform longer, because that's how we make more money, is the more that you're on the platform. And so when you later on, when we talk about like why it's important to use Facebook ads or organic posts, remember that the motivation of the platform itself is to keep the user on as long as possible. And if your content isn't something that Facebook thinks the user wants to see, then they're not going to put it in front of them. And so we'll come back to that a little bit later, but I think that's a very helpful kind of way to think about it. And it will certainly kind of help us later on.
Yes. Yeah. And the way they determine what they think you want to see is based on past behavior. So
Yep.
if you have one friend in your newsfeed and you like everything that they post, they're going to keep showing you more of that, because you've shown with past behavior that you like that content. The same goes for business pages. Okay, so let's look at the transition. So when the platform gets saturated, and just about every platform has done this, when there's a lot of content being created on a platform, what happens is the platform then creates an ad product. And Facebook did this just like all the other platforms, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of them. And what they say is, okay, now if you're a business on our platform, we're not going to give you what they call organic reach. And let's define a couple terms here. You'll probably hear me say the term reach, and you'll hear me say the word impressions. Reach is the number of unique people that see a post. So if 5 unique individuals see a post, your reach is 5. Impressions is how many times someone saw the post. So if those 5 individuals all saw the post twice, then you have a reach of 5, and you have 10 impressions. Okay, so when you hear me use those words, it's important, because when you're trying to reach an audience, are you trying to reach brand new unique people, or are you trying to see the same people see your stuff over and over and over again?
Yeah.
So what Facebook did when they become an ad platform is they say, okay, if you're a business on Facebook and you post something organically, meaning you don't pay for it, what they do is they limit the organic reach. So they're essentially saying, if you're a business, we're not going to show your post to very many people. But guess what? If you pay us money, we'll show it to a bunch of people. And so that's how Facebook works right now. When you post organically on Facebook, and there are good reasons to do it, we'll talk about those in a second, not very many people are going to see your post by design. Okay, it doesn't mean your content's not good. It just means that Facebook on purpose is not showing your content to a lot of people, so that you will pay them to distribute your content to more people. So why would you post organically then if not a lot of people are seeing it? There's a couple reasons. One, it's free. Okay, so there's a lot of value in creating free content, both to help yourself think through it, and for the few people that see it. If 2 people see your post and it helps both of those people, it's still valuable, right? The other thing is you're building a content library. So when people start to discover you and they go to your Facebook page, if you've never posted anything organically, you're going to have nothing on your page. And therefore, they're not going to see you as a thought leader. So having that organic content on your page means that when people do discover you, however they get there, then they see all of this content. You've basically built a library of information for them. The other thing is with organic posts, you can still get reach through shares, right? So you'll see a lot of businesses doing a good job encouraging people to share posts. That's because that's really the best way to get organic reach from a business page. So if Ghost Creative wants to create a post for free and wants as many people as possible to see it without paying, what we should try to do is get as many people as we can to share that post. Because when you're sharing those posts on private pages, on personal pages, then Facebook will show them in the newsfeed. Okay, so that's organic. Anything else to add on organic, Sean?
Yeah, I think something to kind of always remember with organic posting is you're going to be limited, not necessarily by your circles, like the people that already follow you, but you're going to be limited to like their circles. And so let's say you have an audience of 10 people and they each have 10 friends. Your reach is going to be probably about 100 people. That assumes that 100% of your people are sharing what you're posting. And so you kind of have these like 2 steps away from where you're at. That's kind of your circle of influence, for lack of a better word. And so there definitely is a ceiling to what you can accomplish with organic posting, especially on Facebook right now.
Right. Yep. Okay, so now let's switch to ads, because this is the hot topic. Everybody's talking about Facebook ads, and they have been for a few years, and rightfully so. There's 2 primary advantages to paying to have Facebook, paying money to Facebook. First is reach, right? So what Sean just talked about, it's very hard for you to break outside your current circles with organic posts. With Facebook ads, you can target individual people, you can target age demographics, you can target zip codes, you can target interests, you can target buying behaviors, income level, anything you can imagine, you can target with Facebook ads. So for example, I can target a small business owner in Phoenix, Arizona that is in the top 10% income bracket in 2019 and also likes the Washington Redskins, right? I can target that person on Facebook if I pay to have Facebook put the ads in front of those people, okay? So that's the first, is you can get a massive amount of reach for not a lot of money. The other thing you can do is audience segmentation. And segmentation is incredibly important and completely underutilized. And segmentation means I can take the target market that I have and I can break it up into these tiny segments so that I can create messaging just for them. Because for us, trying to run a message to a Fortune 500 marketing manager versus a local small business owner, those messages have to be completely different if they're going to resonate with those individuals. And so with Facebook advertising, when I create my target market in the ad, I can show specific ads to specific segments of my market, which makes my advertising dollars significantly more effective, right? Because then I'm spending money to actually reach the people that I want, as opposed to the alternative where you pay for a billboard and everybody that drives by it sees it and there's no audience segmentation whatsoever. Slightly based on location, but outside of that, you really get no segmentation. And so one other thing about Facebook, what makes it so powerful is they know more about you than you want them to know. But when it comes to privacy, they don't actually know you. So as an advertiser, I don't know that it's you. Like if Sean clicks on my ad, I don't know that it was Sean. I just know somebody that met that demographic and psychographic profile clicked on the ad. So there's a lot of privacy concerns, but I will let you know, as an advertiser, we don't actually get individual information about anyone. It's just demographic information, okay? Do you have something to add, Sean?
No, you're good. Well,
okay, one
like that, but keep going.
One more point, and then we'll jump into questions. So get your questions ready, put them in the live chat. We'll answer them here. So one more point with the ads is Facebook. What makes it so powerful is not just that they can segment the audience, but they know all of your behavior on the platform and some off the platform. So when I say I'm running an ad to try to get people to say they're going to an event, Facebook knows the people that are most likely to say they're going to an event. When I say I'm running an ad to try to get somebody to purchase from my online store, Facebook knows the people that are most likely to click on an ad and purchase from the store. So the efficiency of the marketing is just significantly beyond what anyone else in the industry is able to do, because they don't have the data. Because Facebook gets online digital data, so they know if you click on my ad and go to our store and buy something online, they know that. And no one else really has that capability at the moment. So it makes the Facebook ad targeting way, way, way more effective than any other platform at this point. So that's the rundown on when you use organic, when you use paid, both fantastic ways to grow your business, but knowing when to use which one is the key factor in all of this. Know when to use organic, the hint, all the time, 3 times a day, using organic posts. Know when to use ads, hint, when you need to reach a different market that you're not able to reach, you're doing brand awareness, or you're trying to target a very specific market, that's when you use paid. All right.
I think so. One thing that we didn't really touch on, and I'm going to just kind of plant the seed here. I don't think we're going to go down this whole conversation, but one of the really nice, powerful things about Facebook ads is you can set up, let's say you have an e-commerce platform online, or really any website. You can set up a very, very simple thing. It's called a Facebook pixel that basically watches what people do on your website, and you can target or you can market against that. And so let's say someone shows up to your website and looks at a certain type of product. You can then send Facebook ads to them based on that activity. And so there's just so much power with Facebook ads that you don't get through organic posting. And it's that's very, very overwhelming, very, very specific, but know that with a very minimal investment in Facebook ads, you have so much power. Sorry, are we ready for questions?
No. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Perfect. Let's look at, so if you were, one of the first questions that we kind of get from people is, how much should I be spending on Facebook ads? It's always kind of a tough question because it can be so case specific, but kind of start there. How much should we be spending on Facebook ads?
Yeah, so it's kind of like, how much should you be spending on a car, right? Well, it depends on what your needs are. You could spend $1,000 on a car, you could spend $100,000 on a car. It depends on what you want to do. So I'm going to answer it broadly, and I'll answer it specifically for local small businesses. What we recommend for a lot of small businesses is run a brand campaign. So we've talked in the past about brand campaigns and direct marketing campaigns. So just briefly, brand campaign being, you're not trying to sell me something. You're just telling me who you are, letting me know that you exist, letting me know what you believe, that kind of thing. $2 a day. Running $2 a day in Facebook ads, you're talking $60 a month in Facebook ads. And what that does is that builds your brand awareness, where people are seeing your content over and over and over and over. It's the just do it mindset, right? Nike has been using just do it for 20 years, 30 years, I don't know how long, a very long time. And so they're very consistent in that message. $2 a day on Facebook with brand marketing will get you traction. If you're trying to run a direct marketing campaign, we recommend starting with a $200 budget at least, because if not, you don't give Facebook enough time to collect the data and optimize the ad. That's something we didn't talk about, but Facebook optimizes ads over time. So they start collecting data, seeing how people are interacting with your ad. Based on how people are interacting, they will adjust what audience they're showing it to. And so if you run $200 in ads, that allows Facebook to collect enough data so that they can start optimizing the ad.
Yeah, that's good. We even, a lot of times we'll bump that up to like a $500 ad budget.
Yeah. So when we're doing it for clients, we say $500 because that's knowing that is the first campaign and you're going to use that data in future campaigns.
Yep.
For you guys, if you've never run Facebook ads, and just given the current climate of everything, $200 right now, Facebook ads are incredibly underpriced because so many people, when the pandemic hit, pulled their Facebook ads back. So right now we're getting brand awareness campaigns for, 10 times cheaper than what we were getting them for 3 months ago.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so Anne asked a question, and it's really good, so I'm going to pull it up. So I had a marketer tell me once that if you share or tag in your post, Facebook will block that post or limit the reach. Is that wrong?
Generally, I would say that's wrong. But Facebook is changing their algorithm all the time. And there have been times where they have implemented this thing where if you share or tag, they have limited the reach. I believe that's gone away, but anybody that tells you they know everything about the Facebook algorithm, including myself, is lying if they say that, because Facebook changes it all the time. And I also saw an interview with Mark Zuckerberg where he said at any given time, they have about 10,000 different versions of Facebook running at any given time because they're testing new things all the time across the world. So in general, I would say don't be afraid to ask people to share, because I don't think, here's the thing, your reach is already limited. I don't think you'll get blocked for it. I've never seen that. And your reach organically is already limited. The only chance you really have is for people to share it. So if Facebook limits your organic reach even more, I mean, you're not getting much of any anyway. So I would encourage you to use that. If I will definitely look into it though this week. If I see that they've updated that again, I will let you guys know.
Great. All right. Yeah. So next question, how do you know if a paid ad is successful?
Good question. So we have a lot of people that say Facebook ads don't work. I ran $100 in Facebook ads, didn't make any sales. And my answer is always, of course you didn't, right? So first you have to set expectations right. Facebook is not some magic formula where you just throw $100 at it and you make $1,000 in return. If you figure out how to do that, let me know because I have a job for you, right? And so how do you know if it's successful? First and foremost, by defining what success looks like up front. If you're running a brand awareness campaign, then that's your definition of success is going to be different than if you're running an e-commerce, I want people to go to my website and buy campaign.
Yeah.
So we always have targets and then we measure against those targets. And so for brand awareness, one of the values that they use in the marketing industry is CPM. So cost per 1,000 impressions. And so when you're looking at a brand awareness campaign, what you're really looking at is I want to get this message out to as many of these targeted people as I can. And so we measure it against CPM. So for Facebook right now, we're running under $2 CPM. So it costs us less than $2 to get a brand awareness ad in front of 1,000 people. Ridiculously cheap when you can literally pay $2 to Facebook, right? And say, I want to spend $2 and get in front of 1,000 people. So on the other side, Facebook, if you put the pixel on your website, like Sean was talking about, and you're running a campaign to get people to go to your website and purchase something, Facebook can track that conversion the whole way through and tell you how much does it cost you to get a sale. So for if I have to send 100 people to my website and one of those people purchases, then Facebook can tell me this is how much it costs to get one purchase on your website. I'm going to touch on a mistake that I see small business owners making all the time as well. Instead of looking at your conversion, how much it costs you to get somebody to purchase that one time, start thinking about lifetime value of your customer.
Yeah.
So when someone comes to your website and they purchase one time, that's one purchase. What is the lifetime value of a customer? So of all the customers that you have, what is the average that they spend over time? And if you can get a customer to come to your website and buy for less than that lifetime value, you win. It's not about the individual purchase, it's about the lifetime value. So if you're selling tickets to shows and you run a show every 6 months or every 2 months, then if people are coming to on average 3 shows throughout the year, the cost to get them to purchase a ticket should really be compared against the lifetime value. So how many tickets are they going to buy over the lifetime, not what they spent on that one individual purchase. That's how you win as a small business owner.
So that's so very, very interesting idea. And this is a story that you've shared before, but this is basically how Amazon was built.
Yes, I love that story.
I would love share that because I think it's such a good example of what you're talking about.
Yeah. So when Jeff Bezos was starting Amazon, he calculated average lifetime value of a customer early on. And he thought that the average lifetime value of a customer, so the average amount they were going to spend as a consumer on Amazon was $33. Okay. So the average person was spending $33 on Amazon. So what he said was he told his marketing department, you buy as much advertising as you can to get us a customer for $32 or less. Because if we can get customers for $32 or less, I will spend an infinite amount of money on that conversion funnel because we will make an infinite amount of money there, right? They spend $32 to get the customer. The lifetime value of the customer is $33. They win. That's how Amazon was built. Jeff Bezos is a genius and did the math right. If he was off the other way and the actual lifetime value of the customer is $31, he loses and Amazon isn't around today. but he did the math right on lifetime value, not individual purchase. And that's where Amazon started.
Yeah. That's actually something that I'm looking into now, is it's something that was kind of new to me. So like, how do companies determine lifetime value of customers? How do you build a funnel? You kind of mentioned this and we really didn't talk about it. How do you build a marketing funnel that pushes people from seeing your content for the first time to one that has a lifetime value? You certainly don't have time to have that conversation today, but if you can figure out that piece of your business, man, does your world just infinitely increase.
Yeah. And Barb wrote something that's brilliant, right? Results go back to the consumer. Yeah. Are they ready, willing, and able to buy at that point in time? This is why we believe so heavily in brand. Brand awareness is much cheaper to get. You can get in front of a lot of people, let them know that you exist, let them know what you do without selling them. So you're building trust. And that person might not be ready to buy for 2 years, but when they are ready to buy, you're the one that they think of because they've been hearing about you for 2 years, right? So it's not about, our approach is not just sell, used car salesman style. It is brand. And when you're ready to buy, you're going to think of us first. And there's no reason that you would buy from our competitor because you know who we are and what we believe, and you know that your values match up with ours.
Yeah, I mean, you've said this before, I think last kind of show you hit on it pretty hard, but the more you invest in brand marketing, the less you have to invest in direct marketing. So the more that you find people who believe what you believe, are thinking similarly to how your organization operates, the less you have to convince them to buy your product. Look at perfect examples look at your big name brands, Apple, Nike. We come back to those a lot, but they're very, very, very rarely running ads that say, hey, there's this discounted new phone or this new shoe, like, here's the price, come buy it. They're always running, here's Serena Williams, an elite level athlete wearing our clothing, and we just are showing that we believe in high performance kind of athletic wear and right. All that stuff. So
yeah, they're opposite. It's like the old school balance, right? Like their brand and direct marketing are opposite sides of that balance. So as your brand marketing spend goes up, your direct marketing spend will go down. The problem is it's very counterintuitive, because if I have products to sell, I should be telling people to go buy my products, right? And the answer is no, not all the time, because trust is so important when it comes to selling. And it's very hard to build trust by giving discounts and telling people you have to buy today.
Yep. Yeah, that's good.
Cool. Any other questions? We have time for one more. If you guys have another question, I'll ask you guys a question. Is anybody running Facebook ads? So anybody that's listening, are you currently, or have you in the past run Facebook ads? I know we talked a little bit before about boosting posts, which is kind of somewhere, I would put it somewhere in between organic and true paid ads. Is anybody running Facebook ads, not boosting posts, running Facebook ads?
Do you have just a quick story on like when you maybe ran an interesting ad, or just kind of a cool experience with running ads?
Yeah, I mean, I love the brand ads as opposed to conversion ads, because it's so interesting to see kind of how Facebook over time will start to reach new markets for you, and you start to see kind of like leads come in or information come in. So when you're running brand awareness ads outside your current market, you learn so much. So there's a lot of people that don't get enough traffic to their website. Running brand ads is a great way that you can get traffic to your website by people that are interested, right? So they're not there for the sale. They're there because they're interested. And you can use all that data. Here's what I love. I just talked to my friend Andy about this the other day. I love running ads to get people to your website, brand ads again. So they're not just being convinced to show up. They are showing up because they're interested. And now you get all that data. If your website is set up correctly, you get all the data about what they were doing on your website. So if you have 3 product lines and you run these ads and you see like, oh my, like 80% of the people are clicking on this one product, now it'll help you define which direct marketing campaign should you run. Well, you should run the one that people are interested in, right? Run towards the product that people are interested in. So there's all these byproducts of running brand campaigns that you get in terms of data. Those are the ones that I love, is running those brand campaigns that then allow you to look at the data on the back end and see what are people actually interested in versus what I think that I should be trying to sell.
Yeah, that's good. That's cool. So I didn't run this, but I saw online somebody walking through a restaurant as a part of a mall complex was able to say, run these ads, like Tuesday nights where they're slow nights. On Tuesday nights, if people are showing up at the mall, you can run ads based on location. And so when people show up to this mall complex, here's a deal that I want them to see. They're flipping through Facebook. Oh, there's, a buy one, get one free on a sandwich or whatever. And drive traffic to the restaurant that way. I thought that was really cool.
Yep. Yeah. And so there's, Facebook, we didn't go too far into it because we'll have another one of these about more in-depth Facebook stuff, but Facebook also gets offline data. So I'll give you an example that I can't confirm. I'm going to use a store name, but I'm just using it as an example. I don't know whether they actually get this store's data, but so say you have a rewards card through Macy's. If your email address is tied to your Macy's card and that same email address is tied to your Facebook page, when you go to Macy's and you swipe your rewards card, again, Facebook doesn't know who you are, but they know that anonymous user now purchased whatever. Say you purchased, a baby clothes at Macy's. Now they know that as part of your purchasing behavior, you purchased baby clothes at Macy's. And so when I'm running ads for my new baby line of baby clothes, now they know that you bought baby clothes at Macy's, and they can use all of that data to put ads in front of you. So they're getting online and offline data. Guys, this is a great way for small businesses to test new ideas through this pandemic. So you got to come up with a new product, come up with a new idea, and you're not sure. If you have the money to do it. If you don't have the money to do it, post on social like mad, right? If you don't have money, it's going to take your time. If you have a little bit of money to spend, run some ads around that new product to the demographic that you're interested in reaching. So if that's Erie, if it's a pickup service for your restaurant and you're just adding that in, run some ads and let people know what's happening. The reach that you get is incredible compared to what you're going to get organically. It'll really tell you whether your idea is worthwhile or not.
$2 a day, $5 a day. That's all it takes.
Right. And Tim made a good point too about it's what the ad says or what the picture video looks like to get clicks. Absolutely, the creative is always kind of the wild card. But we've seen they do this interesting study where they take ad executives from these big companies, and these companies will go in and Ad Espresso was one that did this. They're a big integrated with Facebook kind of thing, but they did this study where they went into these ad geniuses, right? A team of ad geniuses, and they say, we created 50 ads. Which ad is going to perform the best? And across the board, everyone gets it wrong because it's more art than it is science when it comes to the creative, right? And so these guys that are the smartest in the business cannot predict which ads will do better. The point of that is this: create an ad, right? You can convince yourself all day and night that, oh, the video is not good enough, the picture is not good enough, the text is wrong, I'm not great at this. So what? Create the ad. You're never going to get better at it by not doing it.
It's why so often you see a commercial online, and the one that goes viral is the annoying dumb one that you never would guess that this advertisement would do well, but it's the most viral thing.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Anything else, Sean?
No. If you guys have questions, if you want to talk more specifically, don't hesitate to reach out. For sure. Obviously, we like to talk about this kind of stuff, so we'd love to have a conversation with you about it.
Yeah. And guys, so we're going to wrap this up. Friday is going to be a fun show. We're going to have Regine Catrabone from Sandhill Spa joining us, so that's going to be fun. Just picking her brain a little bit about how she's leading through this pandemic and how she's thinking about everything. And then, of course, taking questions as well. And then if you go to ghostcreative.com/live, you can sign up. We'll send you the email. We're not going to bombard you. It's once a week. Just kind of, if you miss the show, be easy links to it and kind of let you know what's coming up for the following week. Yeah, I think that's all we have for this week. So guys, thank you so much. We will hopefully see you on Friday, 9 a.m. Bring your tea, bring your coffee, bring your questions. We'll see you then, guys.